have the answer to the million-dollar question that everyone's been asking me, and it is, what am I getting and what is taking so long? So that answer is pretty simple. The answer to that is, I ran into some finance issues. If you read some of the comments, I responded to some of you guys. I ran into some finance issues with this car. I don't know how I ran into these issues, but I did. So I'll give you the short story. I went into a dealership August 1st with my dad. We jumped in the STI, went to this dealership, went to go look at this car. Didn't think anything was going to happen, just trying to get some rough numbers. Turns out, working in the automotive industry, I saw this for myself, so I knew it was true. They were trying to hit 100 new cars for the month. 100 new cars. The owner just purchased the dealership, and that number hasn't been accomplished with this manufacturer for about 4 years. So it was a big accomplished bragging rights type thing. Great. You have a great sales team. Congratulations. So we were the 99th and 100th car. So they were doing whatever it took for us. As mentioned, they were giving me $32,500 for this car. Meanwhile, trade-in value was $30,000, and I knew that myself. They didn't have to show me. I owe $747,468 to Capital One for that car. That's all I owe for it. So I was getting a check back for right around $25,000, a little higher, to start my business. This car they were taking that negative equity, kind of making it disappear, and getting me my new car, which cost $40,200 for $575 a month with no money down. That's cool. Shook hands on that instantly. My dad was getting rid of the Viper, getting this new car for, pretty much just getting it within reason, because this car is $50,000, so he was getting this car was right around $20,000, so he was getting that back, getting this car for $20,000, and then getting a check for right around $25,000. So they weren't giving him the full $50,000, but some tax advantage, whatever it may be. He was happy with it. So he was getting that and getting a $25,000 check himself. So we were both happy. We left there at 12:01, August 2nd. We got there at 7 o'clock, August 1st, left August 2nd, 12:01. We were like fucking happy dicks walking out of there like, holy shit, how did this just happen? Right place, right time, like this is awesome. So, speeding up the process, I get a phone call. My car has came in on delivery from Germany, and he pretty much said to me, Nick, you can pick up your car. That was August 8th. Walk in, I'm sorry Nick, we have a problem with your financing, we can't get you approved. But we can get your dad done, so why don't you come in the office, we're going to get you done. My dad's like, no, we're trying to accomplish a two-car deal here, guys, so if you can't get mine done, if you can't get his done, you can't get mine done, and that's it. So they tried everything they could, they couldn't get it done, and well, we can give you this much less money. And in a nutshell, they didn't know that I owed $30,599 for this car. They didn't know that. I rolled in negative equity into this car. I bought the car for $19,800, and I rolled in my lease that I got out of halfway. So I owed a little over $10,000 for this car. What happened? So a little over $10,000. So I said to him, can you explain to me why you can't get this done? He goes, well, the car you're buying is $40,000, and you're taking out a loan for $46,000, and the bank doesn't want to honor it because the car's not worth $46,000, it's only worth $40,000. I said, you do know that GTI out there is only worth around $19,800, and the bank gave me $30,600 loan? He said to me, no, I do know that. I said, okay, we're using the same financier here, the same financing partner. What are we talking about? That makes no sense to me. So in my eyes, I think they just fucked something up since they stayed there until midnight, making a deal that they actually could not do, and they probably were going to lose a whole bunch of money. So, me thinking me, I said, well, let's go to another dealership and see if this is true. So I went to another dealership, drove over an hour and a half to get there. And I walk in, talk to the guy on the phone, all great, happy, hunky-dory. Get in there, he's like, hey Nick, this is Christian, I'm the guy that told you to come in, blah, 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 I'm your salesman. Awesome, dude. Shows me the car, love it. All of a sudden I see a sticker, it says $51,000. I go, what is that? I said, the car's $40,000. He goes, oh, that's our dealer markup. I said, you're marking up these cars? $11,000? He goes, yeah. I said, oh, but I'm only paying 40, right? I said, because, you told me 40 on the phone. He goes, oh, no, you're paying 51. He said, that's our price. I said, dude, I drove over an hour and a half to get here, and you fucked me like this, is what I told him. He said, I said, I can go buy 3 of these cars for 40 grand, and there are no markup. He goes, I suggest you do that. I said, me too. And I also suggest next time you're honest with somebody before I fucking drive all the way out here and ruin my Saturday. So pissed. So pissed. So, I go to another dealership a little bit further, and the guy says to me, yep, we can get you done. I left the STI out of the equation, and I'll tell you why. So, now that my dad is now pissed off because the fact is that he didn't get his car, my dad said to me, Nick, they're giving you $25 for your car, for the STI. You owe $7,468. I'll take over those payments. I was going to pay 20 grand for this car that's like stupid, and I'll give you the 25 grand it's worth that to me, and I'll just take over your payments. So I said, sweet, dude, I appreciate that. So I'm going to be honest with you guys, and I'm not going to lie. That is now my dad's car. It's not my car, it's daddy's car. That's dad's car. So that's his car now. So he gave me the $25,000 that he was going to pay for this other car. You know, he was going to pay 20, but he just coughed up the extra 5, and now he bought the STI. So he owns the STI now. Cool. So leave it in my name, all that stuff, otherwise it's going to show 2 owners. Leave it. So now the GTI. Many people would say to me and have told me that I know what's going on, said to me, just keep the GTI. Thing is when someone tells me that I can't have something, it pisses me off because I know that I can. So now I'm really determined to get this car. So I'm doing whatever it takes to get this car. So I walked into the dealership. I said, listen, I just put $7,500 towards this car to kill this negative equity. So now I only owe $23,070 because I just made a car payment too. So my $7,500 plus my car payment. So now I only owe $23,070 opposed to $30,000, which is great. You know, this works out. The guy says, yep, we can get you financed. No money down whatsoever. He says your payment's going to be $670 a month. Okay, I guess. And that's pretty much where we are. So now I have to go to this dealer, which is over 100 miles away, and I have to get this done myself. So I plan to have this new car sitting here this week. It's just a matter of when can I get up there, when can I do it, and how fast can we get this done. So that's the plan, guys. The Viper is staying because now he's keeping it. He bought the STI. I now only own the GTI, and I have the money to start my business. I am planning on getting this new car, which is going to sit right here, which is then going to be a kick-ass garage once this car gets here. And I actually just purchased from a friend a Ford Ranger pickup truck, and I am also looking at a Lexus IS250 as a second car for this business. I have to still check that out though, because I have to check the VIN. The Ford Ranger is a buddy of mine, so I trust in him, you know, fine, no big deal. But this Lexus IS250, I gotta check into. So my business, if you guys haven't saw my last video, I am planning on buying cars and selling them for a small profit, but for really, to be quite honest with you, to keep me busy and to have the opportunity to get this new car syndrome out of my blood, because all I want to do is just get a new car all the time, and it just drives me nuts. So I'll have the opportunity to own a whole bunch of different cars, detail them, do what I love to do as a hobby, and make a little money along the way. My cousin is a master mechanic in all brands and is going to be my partner, and my dad's good friend, who is also his work partner, is going to partner with me now and get me into the auction to get cars that are worth buying and driving and flipping and all that good stuff. So I'm going to detail, my cousin's going to fix, and my dad's friend's going to get us auction access. So we're going to have fun. But yes, I did buy 2 cars already, well, 1 car officially, and then the Lexus IS250, I have to go check in and make sure everything's okay. If everything pans out, I will own that car as well. If it doesn't pan out, then I will not have that car, so then I'll only have the Ford Ranger. Either way whatsoever, that is the answer to the $1 million question, what is going on, and here's the answer. I plan to have this car this week, hopefully. If not, I'll figure something out. But Dad owns that. Dad's keeping the Viper. And now I'm just having the money to start my business and hopefully this new car and the other cars too. So stay tuned for these new cars that are coming, and this car that's going to hopefully sit right here for this week. But stay tuned. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good one.